All right, we got a special edition of Tunage today. We're doing a reaction with the artist, Mark Zonder. What's up, Mark? How you doing?
Good.
Right on. All right, you're going to walk us through this video. We're going to ask you questions. Phenomenal album, by the way. Everyone go out and grab this. And the best place to get it is from the label at metalblade.com/US. And of course, make sure you make it over to A2ZBand.com and like them on all their socials and YouTube, as well as Mark's YouTube channel, and be frustrated as you try to play the drums along with him. And that's a good thing. All right, here we go. I love that you did that first off, right off the bat. That was the furthest thing I was expecting, was that kind of opening.
You know, when you sit around and you play by yourself, not with yourself, for a lot of time, you come up with stuff, you know, and I spend a lot of time just playing the drums, but also playing around with the electronics and delays and like those are all all those samples I make myself. I just don't go to a thing. I make them myself, and because there's certain sounds I want to hear.
Yeah.
And I've always loved the electronic thing. And who needs to drag around a bunch of octobons? I can just do it in the pad. You know what I mean? But,
right.
No, that was just one of those kind of intro things that I always work on. It sounds funny, but I always try to stick an intro on the front of the song, because sometimes what happens is we don't use it, but it inspires me that in the song somewhere I'm going to bring up that style of something because it fits the song.
Sure.
Right. But I don't know. A lot of times, you know, coming up and just being creative and coming up with those kind of things, it just worked really well. And I just thought, you know, here we go. This is going to be the first thing that people hear of the new record.
Right.
And just sonically, you know, it's all samples, you know, so sonically it's going to rip through the speakers.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that little part there. Come on. Are you kidding?
That's fantastic.
What else do you need?
Kind of has it all at that point, but again, just a real memorable melody line.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. You know, we do take some liberties that we just don't kick right into the verse. We kind of groove for a little bit, but that's like you said, it's not just a big chunka. We're grinding it out. It's a groove where it's setting the table for what's happening. That's what's coming to come. But another thing that we talked about earlier, when you talk about space, you know, when it goes into that, I could have played some blaze ass fill through there or, you know, or whatever, or just kept the beat. But that spacing of just opening it up and just letting it ring for a second and then hitting a couple accents within it and then just have the train go right back.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't help but smile every time I hear him sing. You know, every time.
It's hard pressed for me to remember, and I'm not trying to sound funny, but that much emotion, like he's putting the guts out there on that one.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
You know? And but the song needs it. You know, the song is at a certain level that you can't just give a, you know, kind of passive kind of thing. You need to bring it on this.
Yeah, and he's got the gravel going.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. You got the.
I crawl on my knees towards the light. I wanted to stand up, scream at the gray. Wanted to speak, had nothing to say. But where there's a will, there's always a way.
I mean, yeah, that chorus is. I mean, how can you not have that on the radio?
I think Nick Van Dyke said it best. He goes, "Dude, if this was the '90s, we'd be in a private jet right now."
Yeah, probably.
Let me ask you guys the question. I'm sure you've heard me say car commercial, beer commercial, and Cobra Kai, right?
Yeah.
And you're all familiar with Cobra Kai, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I know what it is. Yeah.
Okay, Johnny, the drunk guy. Okay, he's just at this karate tournament. He gets his ass kicked. He gets in his car. He's got the black eye. He's got the Coors in the one hand. The car's all screwed up. It's an old Trans Am that's beat the crap. He goes to shift down, and this kicks on. I mean, come on. That's a home run. That's what I'm talking about. It's like it's that kind of music that picks people up and that gets them excited.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I can also see this totally in Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Like it's in any Marvel movie.
Yeah, it's anthem music. It's some people scorn,
scoff
at it, but it's rock anthems. It's arena rock.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Singing for the last row, man. Gotta do
absolutely.
That was beautiful. There's a lot going on right there.
As much as that is the intro drum riff, it's all by itself. It shows up 2 more times in the middle of a song.
Yeah,
that blah, da, 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 it's part of the song. It's not just like, hey, let me blow my wad for the first 12 seconds. And,
right.
And it has nothing to do with the song. It goes back to that thing of orchestrating and tying the whole song together. Because when it comes back up, people are like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yes,
absolutely.
Am I losing my mind? I'm come to the end of the line. There's cracks in the pavement, lines on my face. Nowhere to turn, no way to escape. But nothing is over until I say I'm caught in the middle, trapped in a maze. I'm lost for the moment, every chance the same.
Got that heartbeat going through there. Boom, 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 boom.
No, absolutely. There's a little underlying thing that some people pick up on, some don't. But at first, I had a cowbell on all 4 beats in the background, just kind of like that, "Don't Fear the Reaper" kind of thing, or you're just playing the constant. And then I thought it was a little too much, so I cut it out, and I only played it on beats 1 and 2. So it's like nothing is over kind of thing.
Yeah,
and it adds a little bit of thing. But I have to tell you the story. In the middle of the verse where we hit those little accents, it goes into the triplet kind of feel.
Right.
That's one of those things of like listening to the song a million times and saying, hey, wait a minute, Ray's kind of singing triplety there. Let me try this. And I played the accents and I sent it to Nick, and then he just shifted up the guitar part. So your second verse has something special going on that really nails that kind of thing. And those guys are just so good at coming up and just taking an idea that someone has and really like
building on it. Yeah.
Well, so many times people's egos get in the way of what everyone's trying to do. And
no, absolutely. Or in the previous incarnation, when I'd have an idea like this, I'd be happy if I got 70% return.
Right.
And then I just have to give up because it wasn't going anywhere. As compared to this, they make it and they take it and they go, hey, that's really cute, but let's make it, more.
Yeah. That's really cute.
But nothing is over until I say I'll break down the wall someday.
That was fantastic, by the way. Go ahead.
I love the way the keyboards sound. They like
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like the glistening thing without like being obnoxious. But if you took them out, it'd be missing.
You miss it.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
for sure.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And I just pictured them rocking off the stand like you snapped it, you know?
Yep. Yeah.
And I'm hearing the cowbell like you're talking about. And I also just want to make sure that we mention your partner in rhythm, Mr. Philip Bynoe. You guys sound great together, man.
Oh yeah.
Like
he is definitely. Let's just leave it this way, and we'll keep it clean. But he's Samuel Jackson. Let's just leave it there. You know? he is. He is so. I don't know. He's one of those guys. You know, I'd leave my car keys, my kids, and my checkbook with him. He's been a good friend for a lot of years.
Absolutely.
Total respect. Just the ultimate musician. Yeah. But yeah, his playing though is just nasty. That's all I can say. You know.
Oh yeah.
I always kind of joke like when, and again, don't take offense, people. I'm sure everybody will, but hey, I got my opinion.
Who cares?
You know, when you think of treble, I think of Billy Sheehan. When I think of bass, I think of Philip Bynoe.
That's right.
I mean,
and next time you talk to him, tell him I love the Google eyes on the bongo bass there.
no, absolutely. No, he is really that ultimate professional guy. You know, just and yeah, we've played. I remember the first time I played with him. It was funny because my band Slavier was looking for a bass player. And my friend turns me on to him, and I go to his website, and here's this dude in a really nice shirt sitting in the middle of a field playing a cello. And I read down his thing, and it's talking about playing on the Tonight Show with Carson and whatever. And I'm going. I looked at my wife and I said, "There's no way in hell this guy's playing with us. There's just no way." And he's turned out to be the guy that everything I do from that point on is with him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just the man. I mean, there's no question.
You find it, you find it.
Awesome.
That was the best $35 investment I ever made.
Nice. Oh, for the animated logo?
Yeah.
Excellent. Everyone, definitely go grab this right now. And where are you going to get it? You're going to get it at metalblade.com/US. Mark, thank you so much for coming on.
My pleasure, man.
More. We've all been excited to talk to you, man. And You've been great. Thank you so much.
I got to tell you, and I know I'm not getting paid for this, but this is like interview 7 today. Started early, and this was the best. No doubt about it.
Right on.
Awesome.
Thank you, man.
No doubt about it. It's always great to talk.
Go ahead.
It's always just great to talk music with people that like get it and get it. Instead of
what's interesting too, like you had brought up like interest just recently. People have been bringing up this musician. We interviewed David Huff last week. Okay. He had brought up, everyone's starting to bring up Phil Collins now from Genesis as far as one of the drum guys, and another guy who gets looked over because of he's Phil Collins. But if you could just say a word, like I know you're kind of, you like Genesis a lot, or did any word on that real quick?
I was more. I love some of the earlier songs. It really kicked me in the pants with Invisible Touch.
Yeah.
The overly modern production, you know, I got into that whole thing, you know, with that kind of thing. I wasn't going to program it. I was going to play it because I didn't want, you know, that kind of thing. But a lot of those ideas, like a lot of those sounds, those sub sounds that he was doing. But I mean, he again will go down as to me in my book, as the most underrated performer in our generation.
Yeah.
Amazing drummer, just a great drummer, period. End of conversation. Probably has the iconic drum fill of all time. You can talk John Bonham all you want,
Sure.
but in the air, everybody.
Everybody.
In the air. And then let's get into composing and singing.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, that's like Shohei Ohtani on steroids that can sell hot dogs at the same time as he's in the parking lot taking your
when
money.
he did Can't Hurry Love, I was like, what?
Yeah, it's
Like,
he's just
unbelievable.
Consummate
it's Phil
musician.
Collins.
Yeah.
Yeah, just amazing, just all the way around the block. And he also, here's a guy in a career that was completely in the prog world, like underwater in the prog world,
Right.
Yeah.
to the Lion King. So he kind of did the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very weird. Genesis, also another band that's two very distinctive versions. You know,
That's too. But you know, there's Invisible Touch is really tough to beat in my book. You know, song to song
but
to song.
you know what album does beat it? This one right here, folks. Go out and buy it.
You said it, not me.
metalblade.com.
Awesome.
And, Mark, thank you very much, sir. And we will talk to you soon, buddy.
My pleasure. Thank you guys, man. I really appreciate it.
Horns up, guys. We'll see you next time.